Hi, welcome to Stitchin Heaven. Today we have a new project. We call this Geared Up. It's pretty amazing. And if any of you know me, I'm one of those 4-hour max kind of girls. I like to get a lot done very quickly. This one went together in about an hour, super, super fast. And then you can just get to quilting. So this nice quilt back here, it is made with the Geared Up batiks by Island Batik. And it's just absolutely amazing. It kind of reads a little more 1920s to me. And also it's a nice one too if you have guys in your family, because it does lend itself to be a little more masculine if you need it to, which is awesome. Okay, so here's these pretty batiks. So in your kit, you will get the batiks, the stacker. You will get some pre-fused pieces, and you'll get instructions. So this is called the Geared Up Grab and Go Fuse and Sew. Super, super fast, super, super easy. And it is a 60 by 60 inch quilt. Okay, so first of all, what you're going to do is you're going to open your pack. And you are going to choose your 36 favorite of these. So if you want some high contrast, I would go with the darker ones. So for today, I'm just going to pick us out 4 to sew on camera and show you how I did it. Okay, so let's pick one of these. That one's really pretty. Let's maybe go with these, just kind of show some of these pretty fabrics. And they are absolutely gorgeous. Just a little word about this too. We are sewing with batik, so they tend to be a little bit tighter fiber. So you might want to go with, I usually do like a jeans needle on my machine, because it'll go through like a hot knife through butter. Okay, so just pick your 36 favorite ones. Let's do maybe these. Okay, so I'm just going to pick out 4 for our purposes today, and I will put the rest away. And you will get 42 of those, but we're just going to use 36. Okay? I'm going to press those babies and just get them ready to go. Get those nice and prepped. Okay, so here's where the magic happens. Instead of piecing these babies, because they are absolutely gorgeous, but it would take a minute to piece, more than a minute to piece. So we're going to get this one done super, super quickly. So here's what we've come up with. So we've done these pieces for you, and they are fused on the back. So we're going to actually fuse these to the 10-inch squares, and then we're going to piece. So to get, if you've used fusible before, so we've actually fused these, gotten them ready to fuse, and cut them for you to size, which is great. And so what you're going to do, you're going to pull the white paper off back to expose the fusible. So to do that, normally I just take it and I kind of just tear it just a little bit. You're not tearing the fabric, but it kind of tears the paper. And then you just rip the paper off. Pretty gratifying. And that's all you do. So then you go back to your ironing board, and I like using the wool mat. We have these wool mats in lots of different sizes. And you're just going to line these up, and you're going to line the points up with the corners. Okay. When you press these, you probably want some kind of pressing sheet over it, or I'm old school. Sometimes I use just a piece of fabric is fine, but if you have a pressing mat, pressing sheet, put it on top. I'm just going to use I'll use the pressing sheet, will be fine. And what we're going to do with medium heat, we're just going to press it really hard for about 6 to 8 seconds. Make sure you get the entire piece of fusible, even the corners. Get the corners really well, so you just want to hold it down about 6 to 8 seconds in every spot. Longer if you want to, that works as well. Okay. And when it's done, it's going to look like this. How quick and easy is this? It's pretty amazing. So we're gonna do that basically 36 times. So super, super easy, super fast. That is one of your blocks right there. So we're just, for our sake, I'm just gonna do a few here so we can, I'll show you how we piece them. I just love batiks. It's very difficult to get those colors without them being batiks. They're my favorite. And again, just tear the back. What you do actually is just take your hand and go like this, and it just kind of scores the back just a smidge, and you just pull that paper off. This project's super easy too for people who have arthritis because everything's already pre-cut for you, which is nice. We've gotten lots of comments about our grab and goes and how nice it is, because sometimes the cutting is more battle than you want to deal with. So this makes the piecing super easy so you can get to quilting and enjoy your beautiful quilt. We also use these wool mats, which I love. We have these in various sizes. And this is an exclusive to Stitchin Heaven. No one else is doing this quite yet. Okay, so now we have 4 pieces, just to kind of show you how to do this. And if you'll see, they're just like this. And let me kind of show you how we're going to orientate them. So this is a piece right here. Let me get the black one, might show up on camera just a smidge better because it's a great contrast. So this is what the block looks like. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to orientate them here. So where the points are kind of facing each other and they make a trellis, or they kind of make a gear. We call this geared up. So when we were designing it, they kind of make gears basically. Okay. So what we're going to do is point the end on these 4 pieces. Arrange them how you want. And then we're just going to stitch them together. Okay. So like I said before, you probably want to do a, since these are thick and you're sewing through a lot of batiks, you might consider using a jeans needle. I use a jeans needle every time I use batiks because it just goes through the fabric so much easier. So what we're going to do is we're going to do right sides together on these babies. And you don't have to really worry about putting these things together. If you're very particular, you might want to pin them, but I just kind of let it go. We're going to do a 1/4 inch seam and just start sewing. Super easy, quick project. And again, we're just going to put these right sides together. And I just chain piece these babies. And I think piecing probably took me 45 minutes, maybe less than an hour for sure. Piecing this whole quilt. From the fusing to the piecing to the pressing. I love things that are quick. I like to get things accomplished and feel good about myself. Okay, so what I did is I chain stitched those. If you'll notice, they're kind of going, they're attached here. Now you can do 2 things here. You can press your seams open, which is kind of nice because it kind of cuts down on the bulk, or you can press them to each side. So this one will go pressed this way, this one will be pressed that way. So I'm going to go and press it really quickly. And then we're going to do right sides together with these babies. So here's what we have, right sides together, and we're going to throw it on the machine. Okay, and what you'll want to do is just make sure those center lines, those center seams are lined up. You can pin it if you would like. I'm not typically a pinner. Sometimes I am, but I'm kind of at the point where I just kind of go. The older I get, the less time I have, so I just want to finish things quickly and leave my legacy. Once you're done, you're just going to press that open. And again, you can go to one side with your pressing or press them open. If you're going to press them open, there is just a little piece of thread in there where I chained it together. So just snip it, open it with your fingers, press that baby open. Some tips with this, you just want to make sure that you have pressed those fusible pieces on really well and gotten the end and held it for the 6 to 8 seconds in each spot. So here's what we have. We have completed a portion of this quilt. So you're going to do this just a few more times and put them all together, and this is what you have. So it's 6 blocks across, 6 blocks down. It makes this beautiful trellis or geared up design that's super, super fast. This is pieced in less than an hour and ready for quilting. Okay, so just a few little tips on this. Since it is batiks and several layers of batiks, it's a little bit stiffer. So once it's quilted, quilt it densely to make sure everything stays in place. If you throw it in the washing machine, it gets a whole lot softer. But honestly, it's pretty pliable. It's not too bad at all. So, but we hope you've enjoyed this, and visit us at www.stitchinheaven.com. Thank you so much.